Love and Death is a 1975 period comedy directed by Woody Allen and starring Woody Allen, Diane Keaton, Lloyd Battista, Olga Georges-Picot, Harold Gould, and Jessica Harper. The film opens with some philosophy and boyhood memories.
Using little games, but I had a completely different concept of myself as a child.
Again? Huh? Boris goes for a walk and hey, no soliciting. We then get a discussion on the existence of God.
Sonia, what if there is no God?
Boris Dmitrievich, are you joking?
What if we're just a bunch of absurd people who are running around with no rhyme or reason?
Just a reminder that the film that preceded this on USA Up All Night when it premiered was Cheerleader Beach Party. Sonia tells Boris what she wants in life and admits her love for...
Ever since you and I were little children, I've been in love with your brother, Ivan.
Well, it's only that.
At the party, it's announced that Napoleon has invaded Austria and it's time to go to war, playing homage to Gone with the Wind if Rhett Butler tried to talk his way out of it.
Fellas, I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in war.
He doesn't believe in war, eh? Ha!
Ivan then announces his engagement.
I'm going to take as my bride the woman I have grown up with. Anna Ivanova.
And Sonia plans to marry a herring merchant. That sounds fishy. And the men head to war.
You're the worst soldier I ever seen.
Yep. See? Well, at least Sonia's life seems to be well rested. She plays music with her guests as her husband talks to a fish with a move being made, and Sonia seems to be game. Boris is furloughed before going to the front and meets the Countess, who wants to make a tea date, pissing off her beau, Anton. Boris then runs into Sonia and hears all about what she's been up to.
And before Soretsky, Alexei, and before Alexei, Allegorian, and before Allegorian, Asimov.
Okay.
Wait, I'm still on the A's.
It's time for some war, and after a little banter, there's a lot of dead bodies. At Sonia's house, her husband has accidentally shot himself after preparing to defend her honor.
I was going to fight a duel to defend your honor. A Turkish cavalry officer. He said you were sleeping around. I knew he was lying.
And he's fucking dead. Back at the front...
As fate would have it, I landed on a group of French generals.
Man, he lucked into that shit.
My brother Ivan was not so lucky. He was a fatality of war. He had been bayoneted to death by a Polish conscientious objector.
Hey, that's a stereotype now.
I thought we should divide his letters. Do you want the vowels or the consonants? His vowels.
Fuck you! Boris returns to St. Pete as a hero and the Countess wants to get it on, but Anton seems to give a shit.
Are you going to waste your time conversing with this strutting ass?
Whoa! Then they get it on for 6 whole minutes.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!
Anton challenges Boris to a duel, so he goes to see Sonia and they reveal their love for one another and make a vow that if Boris lives tomorrow, they will be married.
Does this come out from dry cleaning, or is this like gravy?
Boris ends up sparing Anton's life, leading to a new attitude, and the marriage occurs. Look at that look.
Boris, I just don't love you.
Oh, Sonia.
Oh, I mean I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Did that bullshit line originate here? Boris ends up getting her to warm to him, and they are surrounded by happiness, in which he contemplates suicide? And Sonia goes to a local priest for advice.
I have come to the conclusion
that the best thing is
Yes?
blonde 12-year-old girls.
What the fuck? Who wrote that? Oh. There's an attempt, but changes his mind while thinking about oral sex and becomes a poet. War breaks out again. They've become refugees, but Sonia has come up with a plan.
Boris,
What?
I have an idea.
What?
Let's assassinate Napoleon.
I'm getting a real Princess Leia vibe from her hair. They head to Moscow and run into Spanish royalty, taking their place for the plan.
Is your time?
Very little. My spies tell me that my illustrious British enemy is working on a new meat recipe, which he plans to call Beef Wellington.
So is he going to send them to Top Gun, or just call them slackers? They get a Napoleon doppelganger with the plan to assassinate him and Don Francisco as well. Boris and Sonia arrive and they prepare for the assassination.
Remember, you can't take any chances. Now make sure the barrel of the gun is pressed against his head or his chest. And don't pull the trigger, Boris. Squeeze it.
Who the hell is she, John Wick? Fallen Napoleon arrives and makes some moves.
Excellency.
Call me Napoleon.
Good. You can call me Napoleon, too.
And here's your attempt, and Boris obviously fucks it up. There's a fight for the gun with Napoleon Light getting knocked out, and Boris can't pull the trigger. And neither can Sonia. They flee, but Sonia changes her mind and wants to kill him, but Boris makes the offer to do it and goes back to finish him off. Boris arrives and someone has already shot the fake Napoleon, and he is busted for murder. Boris gets bullshitted into believing that he'll be pardoned and feels good about his execution.
Fire!
Back home, Sonia talks with her cousin Natasha and the love chart she is dealing with.
I'm in love with Alexei. He loves Alicia. Alicia's having an affair with Lev. Lev loves Tatiana.
Can I get a fucking scorecard for this? Boris arrives with death and reveals that he got screwed.
Soon we shall be covered by wheat.
Did you say wheat? Wheat.
Yeah, wheat. Woody sums everything up and they dance into oblivion. Love and Death is a deep movie that is built on the chemistry between its cast and its witty dialogue. Being a homage to the classic Russian novel, it's a good thing it didn't take cues from Dr. Zhivago and have an epic length, or else I think that would have really diluted the final product. It's a tight little film that gets some laughs, even though there are gags that will go right over your head. And that fact begs the question, how in the hell did this run on USA Up All Night?
There's love between a man and a woman, love between a mother and a son.
2 women. Let's not forget my favorite.